إن إرسال قوات تركية مدرعة من دون موافقة الحكومة العراقية لا يعتبر مساعدة ضد الإرهاب، بل هو انتهاك للسيادة العراقية.
Turkey and Iraq's ongoing diplomatic spat got better before it got worse. Last week, differences were swept aside for the two states to debate the contentious matter of Turkish boots on Iraqi soils. But Prime Minister Abadi's patience has worn thin. His threats to turn to the United Nations have in fact materialized after an official complaint was lodged 2 days ago. The matter was also presented at the Arab League negotiating table, but no verdict has been announced. Iraqi Premier Mr. Abadi has been firm in stating that his country has not agreed to the entry of these forces, and any attempt from Ankara to play down such claims as a pure fabrication, he described. He also noted that Turkey happens to be the only country to enter Iraq without the permission of the state, but recent events counteract the Prime Minister's argument. 2 weeks ago, during the religious celebrations of Arba'in, Iranian citizens numbering at 50,000 pushed through Iraq's Zurbatiya border crossing without visa permits or documentation by which they could be identified. Tehran held its hands up only to justify the incident, calling those who illegally entered eager pilgrims, unable to contain themselves at the prospect of visiting Karbala. And yet the two episodes have not received equal attention in local or international media circles. Leader of Iraq's most powerful militia group, Muqtada Sadr, has joined the growing chorus of politicians demanding Turkey's withdrawal, citing his militia's experience of defeating US forces in 2003. He warned of a similar fate for Ankara should it refuse to pull out. In Basra, the Turkish consulate received death threats from marauding militia gangs to leave the area or face direct assaults. Iraqi celebrity militia henchman, the Angel of Death, Abu Israel, had this message to relay.
وحق علي بن ابي طالب وين السيف جابه ابو ضاري؟ والله العظيم بالسيف ذبح ولا حد يصير له متدين يقول الاسلام ما يذبح، كان علي بن ابي طالب يمكن مثل كان ابعاني ذبح. الجيش التركي هسه بس ينطونا امر والله العظيم ذبح نذبحكم ذبح.
Many citizens who rallied in the streets of Baghdad this weekend to express anger towards Turkey also called on their government to use any means necessary to eject Turkish forces out of the area. Relations between the two neighboring states are expected to sink deeper since Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan has said that his troops will remain stationed until the training process is complete. Iraqi soldiers and volunteer forces battling to recapture Ramadi from the Islamic State are back at square one after they lost the areas they advanced into in Al-Tammim district and approximately 60 of their men. They were killed during a counter-offensive the Islamic State launched 3 days ago. Soldiers fell nearby the old stadium area and 60th Street east of Ramadi after 3 trucks driven by suicide bombers were detonated. Another offensive was launched today by the terrorist group in Al-Bufaraj area, where heavy fighting is still underway. These are huge losses for the Iraqi army that just last week hoisted celebratory flags to announce their victory over Al-Tammim, which they lost 2 days ago. It is now back under Islamic State control as the militants advance northwest, despite losing 15 of their fighters. As well as the north, they are also racing towards the southwest in an attempt to seize control of Ramadi's railroad track, separating the inner city from its surroundings to thwart any possible progress for Iraqi forces. And still many hope that with the help of air cover from coalition warplanes, the pendulum could swing back in favor of the government troops, whose earlier victories are now a distant memory following losses this weekend. Much will depend on the army's ability to adapt its military tactics to match those IS has demonstrated if they stand any chance of claiming back the lands of Ramadi seized by the group last May.